Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters. Welcome to your January 2025 AstroTarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. So if you are celebrating this year, or should I say in January, if you are a January born Aquarius, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return. Remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want the entire year ahead to have in it for you. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards. I always start with the sun in the sign that I'm reading for, because otherwise sometimes if I say the wrong sign by accident, everyone's like, throw it in the trash, it's toxic. Alright, so jokes aside, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So whenever I'm talking about astrology, I am talking whole sign, tropical Western astrology. For those of you that would like to know, those are the calculations that I use. The first transit that I want to talk to you about, now it is worth mentioning, so if you're watching this on the day that it comes out, the transit is now starting to separate. However, this is just the second pass of it. We will have one third and final when Mars goes direct. So I feel like it's still worth talking about. And that is Mars opposing Pluto, right? Pluto is now in our sign. Pluto is power, it's control, it's potential, it is transformation, it's death, rebirth and regeneration at the deepest, most profound levels, right? I gotta be honest with you, personally, I loved the first pass of Pluto moving through Aquarius in 2023. We had a little taster in 2023. We had a big taster in 2024, and now it's here, right? And for full time. And I got to be honest with you, personally, I am loving this transit. I really feel like the power of it working in and through and on me and my life. So don't be afraid of this. Is it going to reduce you to ash? Yes, absolutely. Over the next 20 years, you are going to be completely regenerated and reborn. In order to do that, whatever or whoever you have been up until this moment has to perish, right? The only way out of this is through, right? So I say to you, claim your personal power, keep your eye fixed on your future, and just keep walking. All right. Now, that being said, it is an intense energy. Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, it's bringing an intensity to us. Now, I'm just going to call it what it is, right? We can be quite intense anyway, right? Especially around ideas and ideologies and philosophies and things around the future, right? We can be quite intense anyway. This is bringing an added layer to that intensity, and in an opposition to Mars in the sign of Leo, this is an explosive opposition. It really can be. And because this is across the first house and the seventh house, this is about us and them, me and we, right? So if you're in a partnership or a relationship, this could boil over. Anytime something happens in the angular houses, the first, the fourth, the seventh and the 10th, we tend to feel it because it plays out that much more viscerally on, in our lives. Now, Mars for you rules your, where are you, Aries? It rules your third house of communications, conversations and interactions, your 10th house of career. This could be that a partner, a partnership, a relationship, a significant other, personal, professional or platonic, may be challenging you at this time. And you, with Pluto in your sign, newly there, are saying, no, I'm not going to be a pushover anymore. The power lies in my hands and I will utilize and wield that power however I see fit. Mars retrograde in your seventh house of relationships might stir up conflicts with partners, especially like anyone that you're in a close connection with. Things could get a little bit more intense at this time. Pluto in your first house of identity is challenging you to confront how you assert yourself in those dynamics, right? it's a time for intense self-reflection at this moment in time, especially as you feel pushed to stand up for what, you know, what really needs, in a way, like what your needs are. This is kind of saying, like, let me bring it back to myself at the moment. What do I need? And, you know, even if it's uncomfortable, but necessary, let me assert this now, right? This is like the power's being put in your hands to say, how are you going to treat yourself? How are you going to navigate the world and life from here on in? This is an explosive energy, and it offers a chance for you to break away from toxic relationship patterns, to redefine your boundaries. People with Pluto on the ascendant natally, I've noticed they're really good at holding their own, and they're really good at having a very clear-cut sense of me and mine, you and yours, me, you, right? So the fact that we're getting to borrow this energy is actually wonderful. It just so happens that this is a very interesting transit for me because I'm a Leo rising but an Aquarius sun. So I kind of always, whenever stuff happens in that axis, I always get a double hit of it, and it tends to play out in some really weird and wonderful ways, and very often some very literal ways. Like, I've, especially, like, you know, the me show for a moment, I have an unaspected sun, so it kind of sits in Aquarius just on its own doing its thing. So, and what I personally found is that when I have, like, my Aquarius stuff tends to play out very much like an Aquarius ascendant. It's really, really strange. And then my Leo ascendant stuff tends to play out very much like a Leo ascendant. So I always get like a double whammy of things. Now, it's possible here that with this transit, you'll feel it. Be a powerful moment to transform relationships. Remember, this is just the first pass. You will have a second one of these. This is the second pass. You will have a third and final one later down the line. Now, for this, you've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands has been very active, and it does make me think of a certain world leader that is often in the public limelight with red hair and all the rest of it. Very interesting. Now, this is about your visibility, and it's also about you having, not necessarily having something to prove, but demonstrating where you've already proven your stripes. You've got this with the Hierophant card, so interacting with a bigger or a larger institution. This is an opportunity of some kind that's coming in through, or, you know, around working with or alongside a bigger or larger institution that will have an international feel for it. I actually really like this. I will say, this does suggest that whoever this person or organization is, you will need to really find a way to navigate this through negotiation. All right. Just be mindful that they'll drive a hard bargain, and obviously, you know, you've got Pluto in your sign, so just remember, you've got the power to withstand what you feel is wrong or unfair, and I would do so at the start of something rather than further down the line when it's already in motion. The next transit that I want to talk to you about is on the 3rd of the month. Venus is going to move into the sign of Pisces, into your second house of money, finances, and resources. Venus is a sweetener. Wherever she goes, she brings a light-hearted energy. She cleans up that area. She brings blessings. She brings gifts. Venus, the second house is money, values, self-worth, and your possessions. It's your earned income, your earned or personal wealth or savings. So she could be bringing a blessing into your world from here on in with these energies. This could be wonderful. What I also like about this for you is this could be gifts that come from or through other people. Now, for you, Venus rules your 4th house of home, family, and property. So it could be a gift from or through family. She also rules your 9th house, which is coaches, mentors, gurus, teachers, people that you look up to. So it may be even that the gift comes through one of those, or maybe you start a course or work in, and a teacher or a coach sort of takes a shining to you and says, actually, you know what, I feel like I'll really be able to help you, or you're a good student, let me give you this as well. It's true that this could be financial opportunities that come in. It could also be that it becomes easier for you to control what you put in your mouth. The second house is your food, your eating habits. Venus in the second and in the sixth can bring a much more of a sweet tooth. So if you've got a bit of a sugar sensitivity, watch out for this. But it could also be that it makes it easier for you to control your diet. So love that, and that's what I'll be tapping into over this course of this Venus transit. Money or possession, like, be careful of using money or possessions as a way to fill an emotional void at this time though. Second house is about what truly sustains you, and Venus encourages you to focus on what brings you lasting peace, right? So trust that it's a time for you to realign with your values and maybe to let go of what's not supporting certainly your material growth at this time. So for this, you've got the Strength card, so pay attention to the body. The body is the messenger. You've got this with the Seven of Swords, okay, and this with the Eight of Pentacles. Where it comes to any and all professional or working situations, if there's something that arises that you deem to be unfair or unevenly stacked, or where somebody kind of wants something for nothing, or whatever deal somebody is proposing to you isn't actually reciprocal, you're being encouraged by these cards not to sit on it. Don't bite your tongue, right? Speak up straight away. If you feel like someone's taking advantage or taking the piss, you call them out on it straight away. You've got the Strength card, which is the number 8. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, that's number 8. 2 8s represents new knowledge. So new knowledge, new information that's coming in that potentially reveals a lie or a sleight of hand to you. And this is why I say, because we're talking about a financial house, this could be some kind of work that you do with somebody, or maybe something that somebody presents you with and they say, yeah, let's do this, it's going to be amazing. And actually they're the only person that's benefiting from it. Okay, well, what's in it for me, right? How is this good for me? And it's quite clear how it's going to be good for you, but what am I getting out of it? If it's not reciprocal, say no straight away, Aquarius, right? It's going to save any resentment or challenges later down the line. So on the 6th of the month, Mars is going to retrograde back into your 6th house, into the sign of Cancer. This is a special case for you, but before we talk about that, if you haven't got yours yet, your AstroTarot scopes are up and out there for your purchasing pleasure, your 2025 AstroTarot scopes. You can get those on the link in the description box below. I'm not doing any Zoom sessions or one-to-one sessions now until April. I've got some other things that I'm working on behind the scenes that I'm building for you, so very excited about that. But if you do want to work with me one-on-one, if you want a Zoom session, I have 2 wonderful offers that are coming up for you. The first one, on the 8th of January, I'm releasing a very small slot of, very small bundle of slots. This is a 2.5 to 3 hour session. We're going to work together with your correspondences and we're going to plan and map out your year. All right. So if you're interested in working with me on that level, stay tuned. You're going to be seeing it on my socials. And if you're not on social media and you don't want to do any of that stuff, I always put my offers on the YouTube community tab. So make sure you check that out. 8th of January. And if for those of you that want to take it even further, my Work With Me for 3 months coaching program is opening up on the at the tail end of this month. Again, stay tuned. You'll be hearing all about it moving forward. So on the 6th of the month, Mars comes into the sign of Cancer. Mars moves into the 6th house for you on the 6th of January, right? So it re-enters Cancer. It's retrograde. It's coming into the sign of Cancer where it's in its full. However, it does gain some dignity because it's moving into the 6th house. Mars is exalted in the 6th. Mars does very good work in the 6th house. It understands this house really well, and so therefore it can see you readdressing your daily habits and routines. Maybe it's stirring up unresolved issues or challenges or tensions around your routines or your daily habits, but it could be something that pisses you off enough to say, you know what, no, I'm going to get this shit in check now. Mars rules your 10th house of your career. So it might also bring up tensions related to your professional life or your work environment. That's the 6th house and the 10th house combined. Focus on repair, not reinvention, right? This is the time to repair things, to replace things, to remove things, all of those kinds of things. But it's not a time for, it's not a time to implement brand new things, is what I'm trying to say. Address what's been neglected rather than starting something new, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then on a deeper level, it's inviting you to reflect on how you handle stress, whether your daily routines are actually supporting your well-being or not, as the case might be, decluttering your physical space, detoxing your body to regain clarity, to get that mental faculty back back under check as well. And this is also a good time to let go of toxic energy around your physical health and vitality, and also to find or to create a much healthier foundation for your life. For this, you've got the Star card. That's you. Love that, with the Five of Cups. Okay. And you've got this with the Knight of Pentacles. The Star card is the future. The Five of Cups is a loss. When I see these two combined, the first thing that I thought to myself when I saw those for you was, this could be where you're saying, you know what, I had goals and visions for that to be my future. And this month, around this transit, when Mars comes back into the 6th, you might decide very suddenly, maybe quite abruptly according to other people, but you will know for yourself, actually, that doesn't feel like the direction that I want to go in anymore. And it's like, as soon as you make this decision on the internal level, the universe goes in for you and sets up that Knight of Pentacles. And it's almost like you come into this thought process of, okay, you know what? That's not the direction for me, but something new comes in. It's almost like the universe is waiting to bring you something. But in order to give you that, or in order to bring you it, there's something that you personally will need to decide to let go of. And only you will know what that is in your life. But I've got to say, the result looks like it happens pretty quickly. All right, so that could be quite exciting. Now, as if that wasn't enough, on the 12th of the month, the nodes are going to shift. The North Node will come into Pisces. The South Node, I can't give you a South Node visual. I'm going to have to do this because I hoovered up my South Node. I was gutted. And I looked for it for ages. I couldn't find it in the bag. So North Node into Pisces, South Node into Virgo. This is the eclipse cycle now officially moving into your 2nd and 8th house axis. This is a financial axis. It's the nodal shift is moving into the space of your money and their money, joint finances, personal finances. It's the North Node in Pisces, and remember, the North Node is about what we feel a yearning or a desire to head towards. It's what we find that healthy, desire and obsession to really explore, to expand, to understand, to bring more of into our lives. And the South Node is about what we feel repulsed or repelled from, or what we're moving away from. This is your money, this is their money. So a time of a lot more self-reliance and financial independence is probably what you're yearning for or seeking, and will be able to create for yourself over the next 18 months. The North Node in your 2nd house is inviting you to trust your intuition when it comes to money, materials, maybe even you'd start a period of intuitive eating where you really deeply listen to your body about what it wants at a certain time and what it doesn't at another. This is a time for you to focus on what sustains you and to let go of your need to prove your worth by external means. Now that South Node in the sign of Virgo, this is about what you're releasing, and you're releasing toxic patterns around control, power, emotional attachment. The 8th house is, the 8th house is also joint and shared resources. So this could be a time where you're saying, actually, you know what, I'm not going to rely on my partner's income that much anymore. Or, you know what, maybe you don't have a partner, and you start to say, okay, well, rather than relying on what other people are bringing me, or any residual income or royalties, or, even a YouTube revenue, or all of that kind of stuff, I'm going to start to be more self-sufficient, right? I'm going to start to really build my own resources and my own financial pot, so that moving forward I feel that sense of self-sustenance. It's a time for you to detox your financial life, to let go of anything that no longer serves. The South Node in the 8th, this could be a next 18 months where you're just absolutely hammering away at and clearing debt. If you've got a house, if you own a house, like I do, mortgage, maybe this next 18 months you're just attacking that mortgage to bring it down and bring it down and bring it down. What's not to love, right? Trust that by finding the balance between what is yours and what you share with others, you're going to create a more stable sort of and aligned foundation for yourself. For this, you've got the Magician card. You've got everything that you need to make this work, Aquarius, with the Temperance card. So this is you healing your relationship to your personal power. And the 8th house is that, right? Your personal power. And then you've got this with the Knight of Wands. This tells me that you've got something to prove. Not to other people, not to the world, not to like, oh, I have to do this to be considered authentic. It's not about any of that. This is about you being really honest with yourself about where you need to heal your personal power and your relationship to your personal power, and therefore your self-worth and values to enhance your earning potential. And you've got something to prove. You're going to embark on this massive journey over the next 18 months where you really will feel like your life and your resources are firmly in control and in your own hands. Excuse me. Okay, so on the where are you, Luna? Hiding out. There we go. The full moon will be conjunct to Mars retrograde in your 6th house, trine to the North Node and Neptune, and sextile to Uranus, right? This full moon packs a bit of a punch. Your work, your habits, your routines. Something's going to be revealed to you about how you move through your days, how you use your time effectively or not, as the case might be. The Mars retrograde might highlight a frustration around your daily life or living situation. And it's like how you've been managing your energy, how you've been using your physical exertion or not, as the case might be, is like revealed to you. And that Neptune trine to the North Node in the 2nd house, it's like your self-worth and self-governing values and energy are starting to align with your habits and your true priorities. It's like you see things like you're like, oh, okay, this is what I've been doing on a daily level. This is where I have or haven't been showing up. And this is what it's created. And then you kind of get this, but what I really want is this. And then you start to align those two. And then that Uranus energy there in the 4th house, something around your home might bring unexpected changes or a shift in your emotional outlook that really helps you trust like whatever emotions are coming up at this time. It's guiding you towards a more balanced sort of way of living, and then it shows you like you need to apply this emotion to this routine in order to have that. And all of this is fueled by your like how you feel about yourself, right? Around your self-esteem, your self-worth and value. So to clarify on this from your Human Design Oracle deck, you have, okay. So your jumping card is the Gate 14 and Luck. Very, very interesting. So the message behind this is not only that is luck on your side, but it's also to say that there will be times and moments where the balance of things is what's highlighted to you, where something is or isn't in its balance. This is what's going to show you, right? You know, they say that luck is the combination of hard work meeting talent, right? Hard work meets talent equals luck. So this is going to show you that. And also it's luck, as in like real luck. All right. So that could be really nice. Now, on the 29th, you're going to have a new moon in your sign. This is your annual new moon in the sign of Aquarius, in that 1st house of your identity, your self-expression. And it's forming, a really nice connection actually to Jupiter in your 5th house. The 5th house is a very lucky house. Jupiter is opportunity, but Jupiter is also luck. This combination of energies is very, very nice because it's bringing you opportunities for creativity and joy. It's a moment where, you know, a golden moment actually for like setting intentions around who you want to be in the world, how you want to show up, around any creative projects you've got or potential boosts to your income that the universe can bring you. Why? Because Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces. It also rules your 11th house, which is the gains from your business, right? So the money that you earn from your career. So there's a chance that this could be very lucrative for you, and also a chance that somebody pushes you to go in a direction that ends up being very aligned with where your personal passions want to go, and actually could be quite lucrative for you. There's opportunities to really express yourself and to be seen as you actually are, rather than how people sort of imagine you to be. The part of fortune is involved in this, and I haven't got a thingy to represent that. But you might gain recognition for your talents. Maybe you connect with somebody who inspires you, and potentially even experience a breakthrough in your personal growth in some way. I love this. I feel like it's taking you towards more confidence, more joy. Be open to it. And your card for this is the Gate 51 and Shock. Well, you know, it might have some stuff around it and it may surprise you. This could even be like, you know, maybe you put something out or you say something online or whatever and you're like, oh God, that was a mess. And it absolutely does, you know, raving mad. People love it. So watch out for this, because it's possible that this month you might have a moment where like something for you, you're like, oh shit, that's awful. I can't believe that's out there and everybody's seeing it. And everyone's like, this is great. All right, like people love my Raffy rants, right? When I go off on one and start effing and blinding about things that I hate and things that piss me off and whatnot. I remember the first time I was like, I'm probably going to get cancelled now. And then I had loads of comments where people were like, this is great. We love it. Please get on your soapbox more often. So who knows? All right. But just be open to where it can take you, because you never know what the result could be. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Happy damn birthday to you. I hope you have a fantastic month. Take care, and I'll see you soon.